Welcome to my podcast. This is Cognizant Sapiens, or Christopher Shira. Today we are going to talk about density. As a human being or a spiritual being having an experience on this earth in the physical form, there's one thing we have to remain in the knowing of. I say things weird, I know, but it's besides the point. In order to raise your vibration and to ascend, which means to get up out of here, you have to be in service to others. It's an ancient teaching from the Law of One, which was brought here and introduced to us back before the Egyptians. Now, what this means is you have to acquire knowledge, information, data, all right? We can't expect to grow our wings and float out of here, so to speak, by sitting around and being servers of self. All right. Yes, we all can take care of ourselves. We can all love each other. We can all love ourselves. But the most important lesson to learn is to be in service of other people. That means doing things for people out of the kindness of your heart. If you have the knowledge of what kindness is, it's straight up like being kind, being good, being nice. You know how the saying goes, nice people finish last. Well, that's true to a point, but it's not totally what we're going for here. So, being kind is just helping people, all right? Showing that kindness. Being part of a bigger collective. Become more lightweight. That does not mean losing pounds off of your body weight or your body mass. It simply means lightweight, vibrate faster. All right, think of a toroidal field or, physics in a way. Trojan physics, how energy works. See, energy never dies. It just changes form. And as it changes form, it's kind of like putting water in a container and then switching the container shape. Hear me out. Changing the shape of the container that the water is held in, the water will change its form to the shape of that container. It's kind of the same concept. But when you vibrate higher, you are literally producing more revolutions per second or per minute. It's not moving faster, like, look at how fast I can run. No, it's integrating that knowledge and applying it to yourself. Become that which you desire. Like, say, for example, when you get an idea that makes you happy and excited, like, oh, that's a great idea. I should start doing that. And then you start doing that, right? And it just kind of like becomes a second nature to you the more you do it. The more you practice that method of serving another person whatever it may be, changing their tires, you know, combing their hair, putting their clothes out for them for in the morning, you know, kind of like how you do for your children. You know, you get them ready for school, you know, that is in service to another person. You are in service to your child in this sense. So, in order to raise your vibration and change your density, you have to be in service to other people. That is the law of one. It has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with church. You know, that's actually one of the main teachings that Yeshua taught was the law of one, being in service to others. That is the quickest way, and I'm not lying. It is absolutely the quickest way to ascend and get out of here. Right? You have to let everything go. You don't need to have judgments. You don't need to have expectations of, oh, well, what's in it for me? You see, I see a lot of people on the internet nowadays asking for handouts. You know, oh, I'm going to do your tarot reading, but I'm going to want money from you. That is not the proper way. See, now that's where people got it misconstrued. Now, this knowledge in the wrong hands is not a good thing. By far, it's not a good thing. When knowledge gets, when the wrong hands gets a hold of this knowledge, bad things happen. All right. I know nobody wants to listen to a piece of shit fucking wearing a hoodie, right? Thanks for smear campaigning me all over the freaking internet. Ex-lover. I know the freaking way to go. That's why they hate me. Because I was all for everybody else and never for her, so she says. But that's a lie. I've always been in service to other people. Hey, I just found a Mexican coin. Oh, 1 peso. Woo-hoo. It's like $1, right? There's another one. Just got off work. There's no shame in my game. I haven't hurt nobody. I haven't offended anybody. And if I have offended somebody, oops, my bad. I really have no care if I offend people. Because, you know, the bitter truth and the absolute truth is going to only hurt for a second. All right? You can believe a lie and be content and happy all you want. It's not going to help you by listening to lies, slanders, misinformation, indoctrination. It's not going to help anybody. See, for me, I have bragging rights because I do everything for everybody, regardless of their race, religion, origins, or creed. You know, regardless of their beliefs, I always help people. And I don't care if I get paid for it. That's why I have a job, J-O-B, a job. Because I go do work for, you know, the corporations, and I get my paycheck, and I'm pretty happy with what I make. You know, $1,500 every paycheck. It's not too bad. I only have to put one paycheck away for my bills, and the other paycheck I get to spend freely, all for myself. But with that money that I save, or should be saving, I help people with it. You know, I help people with buying something to eat or putting gas in somebody's car. You know, most of the people that I'm acquainted with, you know, they are not less fortunate, but they don't have jobs. You know, and that's not my fault. It's really not their fault either. It's just the economy is so bad right now. And the one thing that brings me happiness is by helping another person and putting a smile on their face from the help that they received from me. Now, people can discredit this all they want. Go look it up. Service to others, STO, versus STS, service to self. Look it up. You know, you ain't gonna find any other answer other than the one I gave you. Service to others and service to self. What is more beneficial for not only your soul, but beneficial to society as a whole? The whole lot of society. Serving other people. And this isn't serving them with, you know, favors, or, you know, if somebody asks you to do something, then be free with it. You know, when you serve other people, that's exactly what it's supposed to be. Free of charge. You know, it even says, it's written down for many of you, of the Christians out there. I'm not trying to gain hate or what do you call it? Clout. But a lot of the Christians nowadays, the New Age Christians, they do not understand. And I know these people go to church, you know? I never went to church all that much. But I can tell you one thing, I was born with this gift of knowing how to treat people, knowing how to be in society, knowing that as long as I'm serving another person, that person ain't my God. You know, they're not God. They're not the devil. They're a normal person like you or me. And the one thing that brings humanity together is by being in service to those that need it. You know, for example, right over here, watch. You'll see something. You see that? Right there? That's a homeless person. All right. Now, if they were awake and actually there at their spot, I would have went over there and asked them if they needed anything. Although I don't have much to offer right now, I haven't had my paycheck and I haven't stocked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, this is pretty fucking pathetic. I can go live for 15 minutes and only one person pops on. Man, is this what happens when people smear campaign you? What narcissists do is they ruin your reputation, they ruin your social credibility, they ruin your character, they smear your freaking popularity all up and down. And I'm not popular, I'm not wanting popularity. I just want my messages heard. And I'm tired of somebody always going against me, you know? And that's one of the biggest things of how to tell when you're on the right track. 1, nobody watches your shit. 2, nobody cares to watch your shit. People talk crap about you. People approach you with hatred or belittlements or gaslighting. You know, those people are the ones who need saved. And I'm not speaking religious tongue here. I'm speaking in general, through and through, all in all, be saved. And it ain't my job to save anybody. All right. I was not put here to save anybody. I was put here to spread a message of peace, hope, and love. And if people want to get mad at me and tell me that I don't live that way, ask all my friends exactly what kind of a man I am. I am a charitable, compassionate, love-giving man. Young man, whatever. I'm 41 years old. I think I've lived quite a long time being tormented, belittled, and slandered. I think I know the difference between what's good and what's bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to brag. I'm not here to judge anybody, but I will judge the scenarios. I will judge the situations, and I will judge or use my discernment. That's a better word for the word judge. You know, be discerning. That means be a good judge of character. Be a, you know, be discerning as far as determining what it is that someone is trying to offer you, or the motivations that they are doing what they're doing. You know, I just got off work. That's what I did all day. I start at 7 o'clock at night and I get off right now at 4 o'clock in the morning. God, it's cold out here. But I'm not going to sit here and speak until I'm blue in the face. I'm going to speak my message, end the video, and whoever wants to jump on and comment later, that's fine and dandy. But I'm not going to sit here and rant and rave and get all mad because nobody's watching my or listening to my messages. That's childish. You know, I'm putting it out there, and it would be wise for people to heed what I have to say. If you want to go anywhere in life, don't be selfish. You know, you ain't going to raise your density by being self-serving or selfish. The only way you're going to do that is spreading knowledge to other people, you know, giving them words of wisdom that you have learned through life that helped you out in challenging situations, you know, in moments where you could have just completely lost your cool, but something happened. You had a sudden epiphany, right? You had an epiphany that gave you the idea of doing something different, right? Because we all know the definition of insanity. Insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. That is not how you get out of here. We do not do the same methods over and over and over again and expect anything to change. All right. And that's the majority of us are pretty much lost in that aspect. Anyways, service to others, acquire knowledge, attain knowledge. That's where your gifts are going to be planted and given to you. When you finally get the message of XYZ, whatever it may be, apply it to yourself and see you living free. Huh. So I'm still not free. I'm not liberated yet. But I know that, I do know that I'm a lot more free than most people. I've cut the ties that hold me back, basically. I'm going to do whatever I want because I'm not hurting anybody. I'm doing what I need for myself to keep happy, to keep other people smiling. But seeing it's different when you are not helping different people. If you're only helping the same group of people, that is not the same thing. Because now those people are used to you helping them. So they will always ask you for help. The moral of this is spread it out. Help the homeless man on the corner with a sandwich. He's hungry. Right? Help the drunkard man find a bench to sit down on. Simple things. Help a blind man tie his damn shoes. Right? That's service to others. You know, it's not It's not going out and getting a job, and just because that's not servicing other people. That is being in the industry of customer service, but you are being paid by the company you work for in order to make that happen. You know, I know a lot of people that have jobs and they're pretty straightforward, they're pretty nice, pretty kind, but they're not like that outside of work. You know, outside of their jobs, they don't live up to that. You know, I, on the other hand, I do. And I don't take kindly to people poking me, provoking me, trying to get the mean side to surface. That is not any way, shape, or form a good thing to do for anyone. You know, servers of selves, that's what they do. And it's also the young souls that don't know better because they haven't really lived enough, you know, enough lives. You know, once you realize that you come back if you don't do it this way. That's exactly what I'm saying. You will come back to this lowly third density, which is pretty much freaking hell, getting bombarded with 60 hertz constantly, which, to be quite frankly honest with y'all, 60 hertz is a demonic frequency. All right. It is artificial. It is not benefiting you. It does not benefit you whatsoever. The only good thing that came from the increase of, you know, the 5G and the 60 hertz was a stronger internet connection. Whoop-de-doo. I could go without internet and be just fine. Because I know enough people now that I can be content walking the streets and bumping into new people. You know, I have a place to live. I live in a house. I pay $500 a month for my room. You know, and that is my contribution to help myself, is providing myself a place to live, providing myself my food to eat. And whoever I choose to share that with, it could be you who's watching. You know, I don't accept any types of payments. I do take donations because that's not asking for monetary gains. Donations are always accepted. There's no limit to charity, and there's no limit to compassion. It's all there for you to explore. It's there for you to grasp and embrace. You know, we don't want to neglect the spirit. You don't want to neglect the soul. You just want to be a happy-go-lucky, loving kind of person. You know, too much thought into the future will create anxiety. Too much reminiscing of the past will cause depression. But you got to spread it out. You have to do both a little bit. You know, you have to reminisce. You have to think. You have to get in the zone of becoming someone. You know, I was on the way to the top, you guys. I was on the way to the top, and then somebody got jealous because I didn't spend enough service to others on them. All right. I mean, isn't it enough just to be with somebody and tell them that they're beautiful and that you love them and you're so happy that that you found each other? And shouldn't that be enough for anybody to know that there is somebody who truly loves them, regardless of what they've done or how they behave or how they treat other people? As long as I love you, That should be all your heart needs, is to know that my love is genuine. My love is pure. Yeah, I get mad. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't get mad when somebody's constantly telling them no, like you're a child, you know? Who wants to sit around and listen to a nagging person constantly say no to you when you have the best ideas that come from your soul, your spirit, your heart? I know I get pretty upset, especially after years and years of the same repetitive broken record crap. All right. I'm not going to sit around and listen to that all the time. I'm going to take a walk. I'm going to clear my head. I'm going to purge out this negative energy that that person just fumigated my whole life with. You know, that's what I do. I take walks. I sweat it out. I challenge the darkness and transmute that crap into loving light, accepting all of it for what it is. Because there ain't nobody that's done the work that I have. I can guarantee it. Nobody that I know. You know, I know a few people who actually have, but I don't think they've done nearly as much work on themselves as I have. I'm not going to say that I'm right. I'm not going to say they're wrong. There is no right or wrong. It's all about intention. So, you know, the energy that you're going to throw at somebody, if you have an intention to hurt them with it, then you're going to, you know, corrupt that energy a little bit when you throw it at them, to call them a name because they came up with a great idea, and then you want to bash on them and say, you're stupid. That never works. That's not true. You're an idiot. Oh, grow up, you little kid. Okay. How would a little kid feel if they heard you say that to a grown ass person? Oh, you're just an immature child. And then that child's going to be like, screw you, buddy. They'll be like, I'm not an immature child. And then they'll start arguing with you. That's exactly how it works. But no, the quickest way to the heavens is service to others. Don't ever forget that. It doesn't matter what it is that you help them with. Never ask for monetary value or monetary gains or any type of compensation. That is where you go wrong. That is where the karma bites you in the butt, when you ask for payment or something in return, you know, especially at that moment. And you don't come up to them later and be like, hey, remember when I did this, this, and this for you? Well, were you ever gonna repay that favor? That defeats the purpose. That means you really secretly had intentions of serving yourself in that whole exchange, right? You cannot go back and say, well, you know, I helped you out so much and you shit on me. You shouldn't even have that thought. That's a selfish thought. All right. You shouldn't even have the thought of, oh, I always get the shit end of the stick. I do. But, you know, I only tell one person that, the person who keeps shitting on me, because they have a lack of self awareness or they have a lack of divine consciousness. They just want to beat you down and use you and destroy your emotional body. I'm sorry, but I have the full armor of God on all the time. That absorbs it first and throws it back at the person wielding the hatred or the person intending to destroy my emotions. I'm never going to be quiet. I will never shut up. Don't have to. It's a right to speak. And everyone has a right to remain silent also. That's your Miranda rights, though. You don't have to be quiet. You don't have a right to be silent. You have a right to to speak. You better start speaking before you can't. I've been speaking these messages for the better part of a decade to anybody and everybody who wants to hear it, who connects with me. I don't judge nobody. The only people I judge are those intending to hurt me, my well being, my mind, my emotions, or physically. Those are the people that I start judging. And that's perfectly fine. You know, you should hold your brothers and sisters, you know, you should keep them. Am I not my brother's keeper? Are you not your sister's keeper? If we can't hold each other accountable for what we do, that is unacceptable. All right. Yeah, some people will accept getting their butts kicked on a daily basis. Some people like that kind of thing. That negative action is a positive action for them, you know? And those are the people that don't need this kind of knowledge. Without further ado, my hands are freezing, my face is cold. I'm gonna stop this feed. Nobody's really watching anyway. I guess nobody's important enough. You know? But I'm gonna share my own video and promote myself because that's the right thing to do with every message that comes out of my mouth. And I'm not trying to reach the people who don't give a shit. I'm trying to reach the people that are just like me, who can find and define this message and make it their own. That's what I'm wanting. I want people to take these messages and make them their own and become these messages. Be a kind-hearted person. Don't be shrew. Don't have a heavy heart. Have a light heart. You know, life is too short to be mad and angry and spreading discord around. All right. Life is too precious. It's definitely not worth doing it wrong when we only have one life to live. You know, one life, then we die. We come back, we do it again if we didn't do it right the first time, or the 9th time, or the 1900th time. You know, I feel like I'm millennials old. Millennials. That means thousands of years. I have a life path of 9, and I'm an 11. 83, 8, 9, 10, 11, right? 83 is an 11. My life path is 9, which means I'm done. That's an ascended master code, 911. You know? Now, it's also the phone number for the police, and it's also the date the Twin Towers fell. That was the evil side of the 911. That is the descended masters. Those are the people who have descended so far, they can't go any lower. But yet they have all the knowledge. They do it intentionally to hurt us. They do it intentionally to lead us astray. They do it intentionally to create havoc in people's lives. So there's always something traumatizing that keeps us held back, that we all have to heal from. All right? Does it make sense? Anybody that delivers traumatizing experiences to you, who belittle your mind or your thoughts, or, you know, belittling is basically making you feel small, like a small person, like you're lower than them. That's what belittling does. That's the feeling you get when someone belittles you. You feel stupid and small and insignificant. That ain't the way to go. You know? That is not the way to go. And anybody who says that is the way to go, do not associate with them. Those people can be low vibrating monsters all on their own. and they'll be just as happy being alone. All right. Me, on the other hand, I have to share my life with somebody. I do. Because I have to make sure the person in my life is on the same page as me. And it doesn't take long for them to show their ugly faces because they can't maintain that happy, high vibration for very long. It's proven. You know, I am an indigo. I am a starseed. I am the way, the light, and the life because I know the truth. I know the right way to go. Everybody says there's 100,000 paths that lead to heaven. No, there is not. There's one straight and narrow path that you must walk, and you must learn about it, or you're not gonna get out of here. I'm sorry. I have to be blunt. Like I said before in this video, the bitter truth will only hurt for a second. But all these people chasing fame, money, glamour, big body Benzes, mansions on the hill, brand new cars. That is, in one way, being fruitful. That's more like spoiling yourself, which is okay. Self-indulgence is okay when it's to cheer yourself up, to make you feel better because nobody else helps you. So help yourself. That's okay. You've always wanted that dream car. Save the money up for it. That's okay. You worked for it. But you can't pray for it. You can't pray and expect God to get, or the universe, I should say, the ether, to give you everything you want physically. That is not what it is here for. It did not create you to be a selfish, spoiled, rotten little kid. Because we are all children of the creation force. We are all children of the source. No doubt, no joke, right? Anyways, I'm going to end this video. Nobody is watching. And that's pretty pathetic. That's sad. That's sad that I'm like one of a few. I am part of the 1% that will make it out of here. Man, I have a headache. Super bad. Until next time, namaste. I love y'all. Do the right thing, please. I am not suffering in my life. I get in moments where people make me suffer by tormenting me and all that. But, I go to bed every night, or when I get home from work, when I go to bed, that's my chance to heal. And that's exactly how I do it. I wake up every day with a smile on my face. And there's always that one punky person who wants to ruin my good mood or ruin my positive streak. I can do negative on my own. Thank you. I don't need somebody to make me negative in order to show me anything. I am a pretty intelligent person, to be honest with you. I don't have to be told a million times. I don't have to be disciplined. I'm not ignorant by a long shot. I'm not over half the population. I am very few of the population. All of you guys watching mainstream gurus and sellouts and listening to hate music or hip hop and rap and rock and death metal, all that crap is, bottom line, is satanic ritual music. And when you actually start singing along with it, you are now speaking the same spells, the same subliminal messages that you are picking up on. You are now speaking, and you are changing your vibration. You are allowing darkness into your soul, into your life. And maybe some of us like that. I don't. I don't want to listen to demonic music. Like what's her name? Uh Doorcat or some shit. She's got demonic songs all over the place. You know, like all the celebrities that come out on the scene before they're famous. Perfect example, Justin Bieber, right? He came out on the scene originally with a great message, made people cry with his messages because they were so dang accurately true. He was out for helping people. Hey, a nickel. He wanted to help people. He had the right idea. But, you know, something happened and the elites got a hold of him. And he's not the same person no more. I guarantee that. Miley Cyrus, the same thing. She came out with a great message. She wanted to help people too. Not anymore. Now they influence people down the dark hole. You know? Now they influence people to be bad and to do corrupted things. Those aren't people I like to follow anymore. Yeah, I appreciated everything they did before they turned, before they accepted that. Oh, I want to be famous and have all this money. Before they took that offer, you know how many times the Illuminati have approached me and asked me if I wanted to join? And they told me I wouldn't have to give up anything. I'm like, yeah, right, dude. I am a Freemason by blood, but I'm a true Mason. I'm not one of these frauds on the fucking corruption scale that wants to devour people. I'm an actual true Freemason. Both sides of my family come from Masonic roots. Lots of people in my family have done amazing things. Daniel Boone, 2 presidents that were assassinated. The Queen of Scotland. Who else? Wally Schirra, who was an astronaut. So I have people in my family who have been to outer space or the outer realms, you know? And it's not rocket science. You know, it's quite natural to resonate in the frequency of love, you know, in the energy of love. We find the laws and we find the truths and the laws that bring justice. Yep. When you resonate in the energy of love, you find the truths and the laws that bring justice. You know? So some people want to say there are no laws, there are no truths. That's a lie, all in itself. You know, my ex wants to say that. There is no laws, Christopher. There is no laws. I'm like, bullshit. There's universal laws. There's the law of one that I've just explained in detail. You know, there's many laws that you can find by looking in your heart. Some people don't have a heart to search. Some people are dead, and so they want to make you dead. That ain't cool. They can be dead all by themselves. Thank you very much. Walking Dead. That is not a zombie reference. When I mention that there's the Walking Dead is among us, I really mean the people that are dead inside. All right, that's what the Walking Dead is. It's not a zombie reference. It's a point to prove Excuse me. Do you have another cigarette on you? Thank you very much. And that, my friends, I'm thinking that was deserved because, and this is the point I'm trying to prove right here. I shouldn't have asked for this. It should have been offered freely without me asking. That's what I'm saying. But I didn't demand anything. I just straight up like, that's okay to ask for things. I'm not saying it's wrong to ask for anything. It's actually quite good to ask for things when you're stuck or when you don't have. The worst you could be told is no. But, remember, this video is about densities, how to raise your density, your vibration, in order to get off of this third density, the 3D world, the physical. It's also written, do not become attached to the physical, right? We need to learn how to detach, to be free, to learn how to fly again, become angelic once again. Because what happened when the Son of Men fell, the sons of God fell from higher consciousness, from a higher density, and we became matter, solid, physical. And our goal is to get back to that spot. Yo, what up? Huh? Yeah. Looking for who? Come right here. No problem. Who? Who? Oh, your little dog? Huh? Strange. Hello? How are y'all doing, viewer? Oh, come on. Welcome to my world. I got home in less than an hour. Oops. You know what I do is I help people and say, I should have a roommate right now. A little roommate. And no, they're not somebody I'm dating. It's just a friend that was in the cold. I spent the whole winter in the cold because somebody wasn't there for me. They turned their back. And I'm not going to do that to anybody else. I don't have that bone in my body to be a jerk intentionally. I might be a jerk when I stick up for myself, but that's what you're supposed to do. You hold people accountable, regardless how many times they want to lie and deny it. I don't play that bullshit. But I'm going to get off of here. Service to others. Remember, that's the only way you will get out of here. Get your shit off of my fucking feed. Face red, droopy eyes. Yeah, I just freaking walked them 2 miles in the cold from work. Get your hating ass off of here. Unless you got something nice to say. Imagine being a Janny Clips. What the hell is that? Serious disclaimer? Yeah, that's true. My disclaimer is already there. Peace, haters.